Hey guys, what's a brand new career mode on the channel of AS Roma with the end goal that we have obviously to win the Champions League Roma, also to win as many trophies as we can in Italy as well, obviously the Serie A, the Coppa Italia, and another trophy that I can't remember. I think there's another trophy in Italy you can go for, domestic trophy anyway. Obviously, Roma are a team that used to be a fairly big team in Italy. Obviously, still are a big team, but they just don't win that many trophies these days, which is the main issue. Obviously, they've got a great team. Let's go into that one, check a look at the team, and we have made the transfers of Evan Ndika and Hasumawa to the team. There's two players obviously have joined Roma in real life and have joined us in this Chroma. So take a look at the team. If you've gotten to enjoy the video and want to see more of this series, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel and turn notifications, don't miss any videos. And let's get into this one and rebuild Roma and take them back to the top of Italy and take them further than they've ever gone before on the European stage. Okay, so as you can see here, this is a team we have at the start of this career mode. Obviously, I do want to keep this series kind of realistically. That's why Hasumawa and Evan Ndika are into the team. Obviously, Ndika being left footed can play a less in the back role. Obviously, we have Banes and Mancini being here. They're both right footed, as well as Chris Smalling, who is also right footed. And Chris Smalling is obviously 32, and he's probably going to get replaced by Ndika in the team. Well, that's probably the hope for the team anyway. And our midfield with Pellegrini and Cristante, I do want to keep that for a little bit, just to see how it works. Obviously, we do have Bove here, or how we pronounce his name, I'm not too sure, but a young Italian talent here of Roma. And our bench is obviously pretty decent. We've got Rick Karsdorp here. We didn't realise actually 27 these days. He's actually getting fairly on in his career. We also have Stefan El Shawari. If you were watching my channel at the end of FIFA 22, we signed him in our Ajax career mode, and he was actually pretty good for us. We also have Andrea Belotti as our backup striker to Tammy Abraham. But yeah, a couple of other things I might do. We need to buy a new goalkeeper. Obviously, Rui Patrizio is now 34 years of age, 80 rated. It's probably going to go down his overall quite quickly. We have a pretty good team, as you can see. Obviously, Dybala, Zalewski, Pellegrini, Spinazzola, Hasumawa, some great players that we can use. And yeah, let's take a deeper look at the bench. We've got Carlos Perez here. We have Colbath from his loan. As you can see, we put him into a centre forward role. And goes up to a 79 rating, so I'm going to use him in that position as our backup, as well as the likes of who else is here that we can use as backups? Vigna. We also have obviously Nemanja Matic, who probably didn't get much game time to score back, and we do have our homegrown talent here in Bruno. He's going to be converted to a centre forward as well, and he's going to play a huge role in our second team, which I will show you real quickly because we do need to make some changes to that one, in my opinion. As you can see, we do have a Belotti up front. We've got Bruno there. We've got Perez there, Karsdorp, Bove, Kamara, El Shaarawy. There was Celik, was a fullback playing centre back. He can play there, but I'd rather not. And then we do have Smalling and Kumbula in defence, who is fairly slow, but he's a young talent, so we can develop him. And Mila Sila in goal, who used to be Italian FIFA. Not too sure about him anymore, but he's our backup goalkeeper for now. And Celik is a player that I think I'm going to replace in this team. So he's not a centre back. Is 5'11". I mean, he would do all right there, but I do prefer having an out-and-out centre back. Now Kamara can play centre back, but obviously Celik cannot play centre mid, and Karsdorp can play centre mid, but Celik cannot play right mid. That's the issue we have here. That's why he's in that centre back role. But yeah, I'm going to go through the training drills you can see here and get those done, and also think about what transfers I want to make. So I'll come back to you once I've done these and we'll start making some transfers. Okay, so as you can see by the transfer list, we've got a bunch of players here that we are currently looking at buying. And the first two players on the list here are Mesli and Hugo Lloris. So two players that we are actually going to buy. Hugo Lloris, obviously, is being replaced at Spurs by, I've got his name, the Empoli goalkeeper, the Italian. So we're going to bring him in. He's possibly going to be the backup to Mesli. So we don't want Mesli to play in the first team despite being lower rated. So obviously want him to develop and become a great goalkeeper and be the understudy to Hugo Lloris, but also being in the first team as well. Over him. And Rasmus Christensen, a player that they're currently linked with in real life. Obviously, Leeds are now relegated to the Championship, and in the game they will not sell him, unfortunately for us. So he is going to stay there for this season, or maybe next season, depending how Leeds do. We will wait to bring him in. Obviously, that would be great. But in terms of defenders, so we're going to buy Tuta, the Brazilian from Eintracht Frankfurt, because Frankfurt obviously are a decent team, and we do have a objective to sign 3 South American players. So he's a player that we're going to bring in for the second team to be one of our backup centre backs. So a fairly experienced player, 23 years of age, can become someone great in our team. We have Maddox Kierkegaard here as a player that we can bring in a young talent, as well as Nicholas Seedwald here, the Austrian and the Danishman, as well as Leslie Ugachukwu at Stade Rennais, Pablo Gaviat, but also it could be a statement signing maybe in season 2 if we need him. I'm not too sure if we will need him, but obviously in season 2 that could be a great signing. And one thing I want you guys to let me know, if we do have the money at the end of this episode, it should be by Luka Modric. Obviously, he's just signed a new contract with Real Madrid in real life, and that would be an interesting signing. Sign a 1 year extension with them, so it would be great to bring him in to the club for one season maybe, and then see what he can do in the peak, not peak of his powers, but whilst it's still high rate, we can bring him in and play in our midfield role. Brian Cristante isn't really doing it as the midfielder as alongside Lorenzo Pellegrini. You can bring in Modric at the end of the episode if you guys want. We also have a couple of players here, Mateus Enrique, who's a player that we probably are going to bring in, as well as maybe Edison here, and Marcus Antonio is another great talent here, obviously the Brazilian. We also have Felipe Coutinho, who we could bring in here to Roma, and just have as like a decent player to have now and again. Obviously, not really the player that he once was, but would be a decent option for us in the team. And Nicola Zaniolo is a player that whenever I try to buy him in any career mode, he's never available. Galatasaray just never want to sell him, which I understand is Zaniolo, but at the same time, I would like to bring him back into this team and kind of revive his career in a way. And Nicolas Gonzalez is a player that obviously, if we need him in season 2, we could bring him in. And two players that are linked in real life right now are Patson Daka and Kelechi Iheanacho. Iheanacho's got a bunch of options. Obviously, Roma are there. I believe Everton, Galatasaray and Besiktas are after him, as well as Roma. And Jose Mourinho in real life is actually after one of these two strikers. Obviously, Belotti has signed a 1 year extension. Questions of Tammy Abraham's future are a thing that are going to happen quite soon. And one of these two are going to be brought in to be a striker for us. I think Patson Daka is the most likely option because obviously he's pacey and is a lot more different than Tammy Abraham and Andrea Belotti compared to Iheanacho. But obviously it would be kind of fun to revive the career of Iheanacho, but also in the same time, we are going to revive the career of Patson Daka. And play that things just haven't really worked out at Leicester for him. So we're going to bring him into Roma and he's going to be our third choice striker. And we'll probably come off the bench more than Belotti because he's a lot more different and will have more of an impact on the game off the bench than Andrea Belotti can do. But first of all, we're going to make the two signings of Hugo Lloris and Iezan Melier into our team, as well as Tuta and some Brazilian players or South American players, just to obviously appease the board objective. And also change our goalkeeper position, because obviously Hugo Lloris can be our first team goalkeeper for maybe a little bit. Obviously, depending on his performances, Meslier can step in. Or I think if Meslier takes off to the spot quite well, he will be our first shot stopper. We're going to learn Midas Vila. He's 22-year-old. He's 71 rated. Obviously not that great in game. Obviously a decent goalkeeper in real life. But Rui Patricio is going to get sold. I'm going to stop waffling here and make the signings. I'm going to show you the team once I've done these signings here. Okay, so before getting to our first game of the season up against Fiorentina, I just want to show you the budget that we have left as a spending. We've spent 50 million so far, with 51 million so far. I'm going to run you through the transfers we have made. And we're going to have a look here. So starting from most expensive, we've got Rui Patricio obviously going either way to Leeds here, but we spent 8.5 million plus Patricio on Ilan Melier, obviously future shot stopper of our team, hopefully. We also sent Nemanja Matic to Leicester down in the Championship and spent 2.7 mil on Patson Daka. I can see right now we've been fairly smart with our money, doing a couple of swap deals on a Tuta here. It's technically the most expensive transfer in terms of money spent, with 9 million there for the Brazilian to be one of our backup centre backs, and possibly could become a first team player in the future, obviously becoming a defensive partner alongside Ndika again, maybe in our team at some point. We also put in Henrique here from Sassuolo, who actually looks like a pretty decent midfielder. He's 24-year-old Brazilian, 75 rated, 24-year-old Brazilian, I should say. Hope he's just a great player in our second team alongside Bove in midfield. And it looks pretty good going forward. And it looks like a pretty decent player. I feel like it'd be fun to use. And then obviously Hugo Lloris comes in to be our first team shot stopper. Obviously, he will decrease in overall pretty quickly. That's why Meslier is on our team, so he can then become our first team goalkeeper at some point. But as of right now, Lloris will be our first team shot stopper. And then we have sold Koric here with loan, also sold Bianda to Al Riyadh. We sent Vila on loan to Celtic for 2 years. But we're probably going to record him for season 2, so then he can be our backup goalkeeper. We sent out Boa as well to Hacken there. We also sent out Pisili here to Benevento and Faccianci here to Lascio, if I'm butchering names here. Let's get into our first game of the season. And before we get into that, I'll show you the team here pretty quickly, actually, before we get into this. When you go into this game against Fiorentina, I haven't touched any of the tactics so far. The only thing I've done is to tell me hoping to stay forward and stay central. So the team looks pretty decent going into this game. Obviously, Pellegrini, the captain, being converted to a centre mid, from centre forward. Hasumawa has been currently converted to a centre forward. But going into this game, I'm pretty hopeful we can get some obviously Patson Daka's on the bench for this game. And anyone else I feel like we could give it a debut to. Not too sure. I feel like we keep the bench as it is right now. Maybe Enrique for Kamara. Looking at the stats, Kamara's more well balanced, more defensive. So maybe that could be a better player to bring on for Cristante at some point. But I'm hoping Cristante can be a great player for us in this scrum, and obviously to keep it realistic, I would like to keep him in the team for as long as possible. And let's get into this game and hopefully start our season off with a win up against a pretty decent Fiorentina team. Evan Ndika now needs to get a good challenge on Gonzalez. He doesn't do so, but a cross played in. Mancini heads it clear. I want the counter here. Dybala. Dybala, it's a great pass. They're going to Tammy Abraham. Tammy Abraham can open the score in here off the crossbar and in. 10 minutes into this game, Abraham makes it 1-0. And I'm definitely going to change the defensive tactics of this team, because the way Jose Mourinho plays in Real obviously is more defensive, but in FIFA, you need to press. You can't just allow the AI, especially to play with the ball around ahead of you, because they're just going to do something with it. So I'm going to change the tactics in the second here, and hopefully, there's poor goalkeeping there. He should be saving that, but we're 1-0 up here, so we're not going to complain. The ball played forward here. Good defending there from Mancini. Well, not good ready defending, but you know what I mean. Good header one there. Dybala right into the centre, looking for Aouar. Aouar's the one to skip away from his man there. Aouar now back into the centre, looking for Dybala. It's a great bit of play. That's a great bit of play there. Hassim Aouar. Huge part of that as well. I love to see that from Aouar. Play that, obviously, it's only something yet rare, so a lot of people would probably like replace him in their team. But I know Aouar can be great in FIFA. And I can see here, it shows his agility. Finds Dybala, who just isn't going to miss him there. And he makes it 2-0 here. And yeah, it looks like we're going to get a fairly easy victory against Fiorentina here. And yeah, it's a great way to start the season off. I saw him coming across, but I thought we'd better find play the passing time, but unfortunately not. I'm not sure how that's got through. Lukijovic now. Okay. Oh, what a save for Lloris. Oh, well, that's so annoying that we conceded there. As my player just left the ball. There's no reason why your player in that position should just leave the ball unless the keeper's going to grab it. Look here, man. He makes a save and then my player just backs off. Mancini, good defending. Get the ball forward. Dybala. Abraham to Dybala. Dybala drifting his side. Dybala now back to Tammy Abraham to make it 3 before half time. It's a great bit of play between Abraham and Dybala there to make it 3-1 just before half time. Love to see it. And this team is playing well so far. Obviously, we conceded a fairly questionable considering that we should have defended it, but as you can see, going forward, we're pretty good. Defensively, we're pretty good as well. The only thing I'm going to do is push the defenders closer together on the team sheet, so there's not much room in between them in game. But we're 3-1 up here just before half time, and it's a great start to our season. Could have easily got out of the way there, but we're under an attack here, which is obviously not great. And Ndika's challenge was successful, and Lloris's save is successful, and he's offside. No, he isn't. What? How is he not offside there? And how we conceded another goal? Like, Lloris makes a great save, and then Saponara. Oh, it's so poor, man. This game is so stupid at times. Why is my defender like jumping away? What's he doing? Why is he not jumping towards Saponara? But how is he not offside? So when's the shot taken? Oh, and Ndika, bro. Oh, that's so annoying. Moving the ball forward with purpose. Okay, oh no, I've literally thought if they score here, man. I literally pressed clear right here, man. I pressed to clear it, and I hate this game sometimes. I really do. Pellegrini, that's the second time you've done that now. I went away, you just done nothing when I told you to do something. Good bit of play here. Spinazzola. Dybala. There we go. We all know it's fair to rely on Dybala. That's seemingly going to be the story of this chrome at certain times, but the fact this game is 4-3, man, is so annoying. But as long as we win it, I don't really care. And it's not even Hugo Lloris's fault. It's not really our defence's fault either. It's just this game being just unresponsive at times. You can actually put in a perfect challenge and tell your player to kick the ball and clear it away, and they just don't do anything. To put out a solo run here at the end of this game, Dybala has to cut back here. Dybala, oh, his pass got cut out. He should have done a lot better there at the end of that. Banyas, why is he not just... There we go, Ndika. Now Marwa. Hasumawa now, it's great work from him. Hasumawa. Backstep looking for Patson Daka, and he's actually squeezed it in. I did not expect that to end up in a goal. I thought the cross was over here or it was too late, but Patson Daka has scored a great goal in his debut here. It's an incredible strike. Well, not incredible strike, but it's a great bit of technique there to actually find that into the back of the net. Not sure how he's managed to squeeze it in. But it's a great cross from him in the end. And Patson, that's not a simple finish whatsoever. That's the most, not simple finish. That's the hardest finish you probably could get at that angle. And he somehow managed to squeeze it in. And it's a 5-3 win in our first game. And honestly, it should have been a 5-0 win. It's defensive. We didn't deserve to concede 3 goals. Fiorentina just got very fortunate in this game. But at the end of the day, we won the game, so that's all that matters. Okay, for the second game of the episode, we're going to be taking on Bologna in our, obviously, second game in the Serie A season. And as you can see, Meslier is going to start in goal for this one, because I want to see if he's going to do better than Hugo Lloris, potentially. Obviously, stats are a lot lower than Lloris's at the moment. Obviously, Meslier is a player that we need to put the trust into for him to grow into our first-team goalkeeper in the near future. But let's get into this game up against Bologna. You have Musa Barrow up front, who's going to be a hot player for us to stop. And hopefully, let's get the win here to remain undefeated so far in the Serie A. And just a bunch of small changes with Dybala. Out wide to Zalewski. Can he hit one across goal? Yes, he can, but it's saved by the goalkeeper to deny him of a goal. Great start here though. Pellegrini to whip in the corner. Can he find Tammy Abraham? He can't find Tammy Abraham, but Ndika. It's a ball here to Hassim Aouar. Wasn't bad from range, but the defender in Cambiasso denies us there. Now Bologna looking to build up an attack here with Pellegrini's one back. That's our captain, Pellegrini. It's been a great play for us so far in this scrimmage, but Hassim Aouar out wide to Pellegrini. Not Pellegrini, out wide to Zalewski, sorry, that's completely opposite side of the pitch.
Stuart, what should we expect to see from him?
Well, first and foremost,
Sone now brings the ball forward. Oh no, Mr. Barrow. Got around Ndika, but Meslier makes a great save there. Try and counter us like this. Playing some decent football so far, and they've got a good attack here, but Meslier makes a good save. Waiting for a cross, Cristante. Back here to Tammy Abraham. Tammy Abraham to drop the ball and hit one from range that's blocked, and it should be kept in here. Zalewski. Dybala. Zalewski. Abraham the fake shot, another shot across, not across goal, but going near post there. Keeper makes a save there. And Pellegrini on the corner. Can he find Tammy Abraham? It's in towards Tammy Abraham. He should be scoring. Ndika now hits one and it's wide to the post. Can he find Tammy Abraham here? It's in towards Tammy Abraham. Can he win the header? Yes, he can, but the keeper again denies this other goal. Pellegrini now. Looking for Abraham again. Abraham gets on the end of it, but it's an awful header. Spinazzola now, making a decent cross. Tammy Abraham on the end of it. But again, this keeper is... I mean, that's a save he should be making, but still. We should be winning this game. Abraham's header, and again the keeper denies this. This keeper is on something, man. Pellegrini again. Abraham. Doesn't win it this time. Head it back in. Why are you backing away from it? You should be going towards it. Hit that. That was an awful defence. I should have took the free kick. We're somehow going in at a hard time. 0-0. Hassim Aouar. Tammy Abraham sending through. Hassim Aouar to get the goal, to open the scoring. How has he missed so badly? How has he missed so badly? So Tammy Abraham to be able to control that there though, but unfortunately not. And it's a good pass. But we dealt with that one. How's the Banyas there? Why would you not put a midfielder there?
He made a genuine attempt to play the ball there.
Great work from Zalewski. That should be a goal. There we go. But Zalewski, that all came from him. That was a great bit of skill from the Polish youngster. Gets the ball to Spinazzola, who gets his first goal for us in this career mode. But that footwork from Zalewski there, that goes to show he's going to be a great talent for us. You can see here, goes inside, holds him off, rolls it into Spinazzola and just rifles it past the keeper. Nothing he can do about that. And we've finally broken the deadlock in this game and got ourselves a well-merited lead. A lead that we should have taken a long time ago.
Orsolini. Arnautovic.
Yeah, that's definitely a free kick. To be fair, the challenge I wanted to put in, you know, would have got the ball, but unfortunately,
Yeah, the ref's got that right. It's a yellow card all day long.
that didn't happen. And we kind of ended up wiping out Arnautovic. And see, my challenge here was to go forward towards the ball, not to just wipe out Arnautovic for no reason. Ndika picks up his yellow card though. And it's a free kick, and it's scored by Orsolini. It's a good free kick to be fair, but we really should be doing better in this game. We should be winning it comfortably.
Well, let's look at this again.
Tammy Abraham's missed some chances he should definitely score. Our missed one he should have scored. It's a great free kick. Cristante, good work. Patsandaka, you should be utilising your pace head to get in behind. Patsandaka, to chip the keeper. Patsandaka, please go in. Thankfully. How is that an own goal? No. Oh my god, this game is so stupid. How is that an own goal?
Well, as the replay shows us, that will be classed. He deserved their lead. Another one here, and that would put the game beyond doubt.
There we go, Banyes with that. Ashwari, good bit of dribbling there. Ashwari now. Click back across. Into Paulo Dybala. There we go. Dybala's kind of ghosted this game, but he gets a goal in the end. And what a substitution Ashwari's been in this game, man. That's what was Patsandaka. Great time to make subs it was as well. A perfect substitution for needed. Crossed up with his physicality down the right hand side instead of Zalewski. El Shaarawy was dribbling with just fresh legs instead of Aouar. And obviously Patsandaka for the pace. El Shaarawy gets it across there. Gets it into Paulo Dybala, who ain't going to miss him there. And we finally have the lead we should have in this game.
So on with the action, and 3-1 the scoreline at the moment. Roberto Soriano.
And there we go, it's a 3-1 victory against Bologna. It wasn't easy. A couple of missed chances from Aouar, and one missed chance from Aouar, and two from Tammy Abraham that he should have scored. But we get the win in the end, so that's what matters. Okay, to end the episode here, you guys need to make a decision on whether we do buy Luka Modric for one season. We use him in the Serie A, see what he can do, help us achieve. See if he can help us get top 3 in the Serie A, see if he can help us win the Europa League. And just do great things. Obviously, it would be a great player for us. And it's kind of realistic for an older player to join a Serie A club. Obviously, you see it all the time. And I am kind of, I do kind of want to bring Luka Modric. These stats are absolutely incredible. Despite being 36 years of age, he's an absolutely incredible player. And one thing I've always wanted to prove to you guys in these promos is you don't have to sign all these young talents. You know, like Pablo Gavi. You don't have to have your Kylian Mbappe. You can have older players like Modric, Ronaldo, like Messi. You can use the older players because they're still great players in FIFA. Granted, they don't have the most pace, but pace isn't everything. And Luka Modric, or what we need him to do, which is play passes, create chances, and just be a not deep line playmaker, but be the Luka Modric of old. Be the Luka Modric that won the Ballon d'Or. Be the Luka Modric that ran the midfield of Real Madrid for so long. That's the Luka Modric we will be bringing into this team. So let me know if we should spend 22 million on Luka Modric and make that the final transfer this season. Because in January, unless we sell someone, I don't think we're going to buy anyone, truth be told, unless we get any injuries or anything like that. I don't think we need to buy anyone for this team. That second team is pretty decent, and obviously a couple of these players are going to develop throughout the season and grow. And then our first team is pretty good as well. Now, one player I actually got something planned for is Tammy Abraham at some point, because as of right now, I'm not too happy with him. But we're all going to keep him right now for this Chromed in Season 1. But maybe in Season 2, Tammy Abraham moves away from Roma, because that's something that's realistic. Tammy Abraham possibly is going to leave Roma pretty soon, just to have a different challenge in his career and move up the ranks in his career. He's obviously now 24 and a great player, but obviously he's not really my type of striker in FIFA. But he's done quite well so far. Obviously in the last game we missed 2 chances there that were a bit questionable, but we're going to let him off for that for now. But yeah, in the comments below, should we bring in Modric to rotate with Pellegrini and Cristante in midfield? And yeah, let me know if other players would like to see me sign in this career mode. I do kind of want to have fun with this career mode, but obviously keep it realistic. in a way. So we're not going to buy lots of Mbappe, you know what I mean? But we are going to bring in some players now and again, depending if it makes sense to do. I will do it. So yeah, comment below players you'd like to see me buy. Let me know if Modric is one of those players, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel and turn notifications, and I'll see you guys again in the next video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.